I want to thank my good friend Andy for putting this conference together, Steve Wynn told the packed ballroom at the Encore Hotel. These are very tough times, and it takes a lot of courage for him and his team to be out here in Las Vegas putting on this magnificent event. The crowd erupted in applause, but I was distracted. My body tensed up as I looked over at my business partner. Did Steve Wynn just call me Andy? I asked with a plastered smile on my face. Andrew, he paused pensively. Andrew, on behalf of Las Vegas, I want to thank you. More applause. Yup, he definitely got my name wrong in front of 500 people, a group that included industry thought leaders, hedge fund billionaires, prominent investors, and friends. People who, until that moment, knew me as Anthony Scaramucci, maybe the Mooch, certainly not Andy, and never as Andrew. But it didn't matter. After all, at that very moment, I was witnessing what could only be considered a minor miracle. It was May 2009. Steve Wynn had just made the opening remarks at the inaugural SkyBridge Alternatives SALT Conference. His newly opened Encore Hotel was opulent, filled with celebrity restaurants, gorgeous bars, and an abundance of fiery red gaming tables, all of which stood empty as the Great Recession wreaked havoc on America's adult playground. If you told me that just 2 months earlier I would be standing in Las Vegas, listening to Steve Wynn speak to 500 members of the alternative investment industry about my firm's courageous audacity to host an event during an economic crisis, I would have said you were nuts. Flashback to March 2009. The Standard & Poor's S&P 500 had hit rock bottom. The world, it seemed, was on the verge of collapse, and I feared my investment firm, SkyBridge Capital, would soon be among the casualties. I founded SkyBridge, an alternative investment management company focused on seeding and partnering with emerging managers and mentoring Wall Street's next generation of Wall Street's entrepreneurs in 2005. And now just 4 years later, I feared I was going to lose my business, and worse, my clients' money. As redemption started flooding in, I knew that if we didn't do something proactive, something aggressive, something strategic, we weren't going to be SkyBridge. We were going to be no bridge. I was beginning to feel hopeless as my partners and I faced an all but certain death. I wasn't sure if SkyBridge was going to survive. I was scared. Actually, I was terrified, but I was not panicked. Panic is a different emotion. Panic implies that there is no rational thought taking place, that we are frozen and incapable of adjusting, powerless to logic, and subject to seemingly unthinkable behavior. Amid the chaos, my business partner, Victor Oviedo, came to me with an idea. He explained that a business acquaintance was running an alternative investing summit in Las Vegas and was struggling to fill seats. In addition, he continued, many major financial institutions were scrambling to cancel their upcoming conferences and Vegas-related business travel after President Obama sounded the warning bells on Wall Street and corporate America, saying you can't take a trip to Las Vegas or go down to the Super Bowl on the taxpayer's dime. Against this seemingly dire backdrop, Victor had a plan.